Hey guys, Mike, on-site paintless dent removal here. Here's what we're working on today. 2008 Ford Ranger. Customer, unfortunately, one of their vehicles drove into it in the driveway. I guess the emergency brake or something wasn't set all the way and slipped down. So I'll be repairing this today using paintless dent removal. Reshaping the metal from behind the panel. And damage like this, a lot of it will move quickly, and then you basically have a lot of the finish work, the finer details. No paint damage. There is a few marks that I can polish, and luckily this truck doesn't need to be repainted. So we're saving the customer a lot of money, and we're also keeping the factory finish on the vehicle. And this is a great little truck, and you can tell he keeps it in really nice condition. So I'll show a little bit of the repair, and then I'll show you how it comes out. I'm expecting great results from this. Alrighty, so I started this repair off using a P.D.R. It's a hydraulic ram jack, and that is just to reshape the general structure of the damage back into shape. Obviously, I'm doing this with much care and caution. If you push too far, you can easily crack the paint and even hyperextend the panel farther along than it normally would be. And this area here, due to the severity of the damage and the structure going on in the damage, I basically had to use mostly hammers to hammer the inside of the panel to get that metal back in place. Now I did this using mostly small hammers, and this is a very finessed method of doing this. Unfortunately, you can't get the power very easily to push the metal from behind the panel in this case, and there's also some limiting factors because you have the panel edge that sticks quite a far bit in on this particular vehicle that you have to reach around, and you wouldn't be able to reach around the frame with a metal bar or rod like you would usually see in the photos that I use. There is one section of this video you will be seeing a bar used for part of it, but for the majority of it, it's just you can't get the proper leverage necessary. I'm going back in here because a lot of the damage was actually held in by the fuel door area, and you have multiple layers there that give that rigidity, and so that had to be pushed back out straight so that the panel could line back up properly. Here I am using the rod there for a little bit, but again, it was very difficult to get proper leverage on that. The tip that I'm using on that is a very blunt rubber tip, so it won't cause any damage. The other things you can see in the video, there's a heat gun, that's to keep the panel warm. I always want to make it so the paint is most flexible, and that black thing dangling there is obviously the light as shown here. So you can see the details around that door pocket, the gas door pocket. very difficult to get in there because it's multiple layers of metal folded, and then there's the seams are welded on that. Now, there's also scratches that you can see here. I was able to polish these out later on in the video, you'll see. This was the most challenging part of the repair, just getting the tool to fit into that thin little area. And I use probably 4 different types of hammers in this repair. And the last hammer that you just saw there was a special hammer with polished metal tips that don't damage the paint at all. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Also, feel free to subscribe to my channel for future videos on this topic. As you can see in the short video pan coming up, this was repaired using the paintless dent removal method. There was no body shop required. The vehicle wasn't kept out for 3 to 10 days away from the customer. The customer dropped this off in the morning and picked it up in the afternoon. Total repair time on this was 4 to 5 hours. And as you can see here, it's not 100% perfect, but the customer was looking to repair the vehicle without spending a fortune and making it look acceptable for the condition and age of the vehicle. So this is a great option for you in that case.